The Enlightenment Practices of Patanjali. Step 1. The Five Restraints, clearing the field for stillness. Before light pours into a vessel, the vessel must be emptied. Before the sky reflects in still water, the mud must settle. And before true meditation begins, the kind that reveals the self beyond mind, the field of your being must be cleared of violence, distortion, and waste. This is where Patanjali begins. Not with breath, not with concentration, not even with stillness. He begins with how you live, with purity of energy and a life that no longer leaks. This is step 1. Why it begins here. The mind cannot rest in silence if it's full of hidden guilt, broken promises, or unspoken harm. Even a little deception becomes static in the signal. Patanjali understood you cannot force samadhi, but you can remove the obstacles that prevent it from arising. And the first obstacles are always in how we live, how we treat others, and how we treat ourselves. These are not rules imposed from outside. They are laws of energetic balance written into the nervous system of the soul. They are not about morality. They are about clarity. The five restraints. Each of these five is a form of inner protection. Each one shields you from energy loss and distortion. Together, they prepare the mind for meditation, not by suppressing it, but by quieting the field it reflects. 1. Do no harm. In thought, in speech, in action. Not just to others, but to yourself. This is the end of aggression, the end of subtle criticism, the end of the need to win, correct, dominate, or punish. The energy of harm always rebounds, and even when hidden, it fogs the mirror of awareness. Each act of peace is an act of power. Practice today. Choose peace over being right. Speak once less, breathe once more. 2. Be honest. Not just with words, but with presence. Say what you mean what you say. Don't exaggerate, don't withhold. Every distortion of truth creates distortion in perception. Lying is not just about others, it's about creating a split inside yourself. Honesty is alignment. It is the foundation of clarity. Practice. When tempted to adjust the truth, ask, what am I protecting? Let light reach that place. 3. Do not steal. Do not take what is not freely given. Not just possessions, but time, attention, energy, credit, space. This restraint is about respecting boundaries, not only of others, but your own. Even in subtle ways, grasping for what isn't yours creates instability in the field of awareness. You cannot steal silence. You can only become worthy of it by letting go of craving. Practice. Give someone space. Don't interrupt. Don't take center stage unless invited. 4. Preserve your energy. This means honoring the sacredness of your life force. Don't waste energy in argument, gossip, addiction, excess, or distraction. Every time you say no to waste, you say yes to awakening. Your energy is not just fuel, it's the carrier of your consciousness. Use it like a sacred resource. Practice. Turn off one screen. Say no to one pull of desire. Sit with that energy instead. Let it rise. 5. Let go of greed. This is not about poverty. It's about non-clinging. Wanting more and more creates noise, even if the objects of desire are spiritual. Greed always says, this moment is not enough. Stillness is never found in that state. The yogi lives simply, not because of belief, but because clarity requires space. Practice. Today, enjoy what you already have. Say thank you instead of, I wish I had. The inner mechanics. Why do these 5 matter? Because they clear the energetic static that keeps the mind restless. When you stop harming, you no longer create enemies in your psyche. When you tell the truth, you no longer have to track your lies. When you stop grasping, your nervous system unwinds. When you preserve energy, vitality begins to glow. And when you stop clinging, your attention comes home to the now. These are not steps to enlightenment. They are the space in which enlightenment becomes visible. Weekly practice. For this first step, begin here. Every morning, sit for 10 minutes in silence. Not to control anything, just to observe. Then reflect. Where am I harming myself or others? Where am I dishonest? Where am I wasting or draining energy? What am I clinging to that I could gently let go? Every evening, write down one moment in your day when you chose clarity over chaos. Let your journal be the mirror where your own inner fire begins to show its light. Closing reflection. The flame of awakening does not burn in a chaotic house. Patanjali begins here because only stillness reveals the truth. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to become transparent. These 5 restraints are how the seeker becomes clear enough to reflect the self without distortion. Before we try to find truth, we must stop scattering it. This is the first doorway. Pass through it slowly, gently, with reverence. Stillness is waiting on the other side.